we'd open at like 11, sometimes at 10:30, so people could start seeing them early in the day.
Have a good Friday.
And I wonder, I need to check the times, because if there's a showing today at 11, that would be ideal. 11 noon, sometime before 1 or 2 today. That would be great for me and the missus. We could go see a movie.
And then get home for the game.
And then get home. Oh, we got to get home.
You're going to the game.
Get home, get rested, and then come to the game.
And that's the nice thing about an 8:45 game.
I got grown man shit to do. I'm just not excited. Got to take care of
I don't think I've even told you this.
Ooh, you got grown man stuff to do?
No, I've got grown daughter stuff to do. I got to pick my mom up from the airport.
Turn up!
She can't wait to see you.
Wait. Okay.
She's coming to the game tonight.
Oh, okay.
She'll come by at some point.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't know how long she would be here. I was finna get upset, like, oh, she's just coming in on the weekend and not trying to holler at your boy?
She'll bop through.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
She didn't know she was going to get to go to a play-in tournament, her first play-in tournament game. When I put her towel down yesterday, I sealed it with a kiss.
Did you knowingly put her towel down?
No, I was on the opposite side of the arena. Please, I didn't walk all the way over there. You gotta save your steps when you're putting those towels down. Once you get to the top, once you get to the terrace level, that's a
Well, I thank everybody for putting the towels down.
You're welcome.
What's the towels? Do we know what they say?
For the M.
For the M. I gotta find my Believe towel.
We are going back over the best towels. I'm on my Grizzly was a pretty good towel.
I'm on my Grizzly.
That was a fun time.
The Believe towel means something.
Yeah, the Believe towel means something.
Towel matters.
The Mem this towel means something too.
I'm not sure what it means, but it definitely means something.
I think it's one of the most memorable towels.
Absolutely it is. Grit, grind, the grit grind forever.
Yes.
That's one.
Didn't we have a next up towel?
There was a next up. They did it dark blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
We already said that, Jacob.
What's your song?
Oh, the song was Calvin Harris, By Your Side.
Sounds like
it was a banger. No, it was a banger, and it went right into Let Me Love You, DJ Snake featuring Justin Bieber. I was in a club in my car. I was bopping around because it's Friday, and it's a play-in tournament game. And that's what's up. It's Friday, April 18th. It's going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass coming up on today's show. It is play-in day for the Grizzlies, for the Dallas Mavericks, who are in town for tonight's game at FedEx Forum. Only one will advance. One season will come to an end. We will get into tonight's game, plus a look ahead at the NBA playoffs that begin this weekend. Lang Whitaker will join us to continue that conversation. We are also drafting today, and we are drafting best Disney Channel original series of all time. So the best TV shows that came out of the Disney Channel. We will end with some Music Friday, what we're listening to going into the weekend. Plus, I have decided who the next Super Bowl halftime show should be. It is a Friday. You know what we say. Oh, everything in me wants to say mem this.
Say it then.
Mem this.
There we go.
Mem this.
Mem these while you
I was going to say,
this.
I got to do the full thing.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With special guests 3 doors down. And Mammoth WVH. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Creed returns, the Summer of '99 tour.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals takes it straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Tony was the defensive guy, but Zebo was the offensive guy. So you could speak to this. It's way worse when you're getting doubled, right?
You got triple. I had went through that for when I was in Portland.
You had me on the team. You got triple. You hear me, Rose? You can't talk about those. You got to talk about triple.
You got triple team.
This man was scoring on 3 dudes.
Swing, T.A.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
I never in a million years would have ever thought that John Cena's final run would be as a heel.
I love it.
I love it.
Once they saw this from The Rock.
They knew it. Everybody knew it except for Cody, which was so good.
Great camera work by WWE.
And then the kick. Yeah, I don't think WWE gets enough credit for the camera work and the production quality. I mean, it is incredible.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Debo traded from San Francisco to the Commanders for a 5th-round pick. There's no other sport where you would get a player of his ilk for a 5th-round pick.
Over under total yards for Debo. If they set it at 1,000, you think he hits that over?
Total yards?
Total yards from scrimmage, total yards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, have it my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Today is the day. The NBA playoffs will be set by the end of tonight, and either the Memphis Grizzlies will be in them and facing the Oklahoma City Thunder on Sunday in OKC, or their season will end at the hands of the Dallas Mavericks. We don't want that to happen. CJ, I came up with, I won't call it the number one reason that I want the Grizzlies to win tonight. I want the Grizzlies to win because I care about this team and I want them to be in the playoffs, and to go from number 2 in the West to not being in the playoffs, period, is a bad fall that I am not interested in having to completely dissect come Monday morning. But maybe the number 2 reason why I need the Grizzlies to win this game tonight desperately, I cannot pretend to have to care about another Aaron Rodgers offseason. I cannot begin to give one iota of my attention. ESPN spent 20 minutes on Aaron Rodgers, saying yesterday on the Pat McAfee show that he's still interested in perhaps playing football if the right team came along. I don't want it. I don't want that, and I don't want to have to watch any baseball. So come on, Grizzlies, give me a win tonight against the Dallas Mavericks.
Located the inning counter, Jacob.
I don't want to bring it out. We only bring the inning counter out when the Memphis Grizzlies season comes to an end. Them's the rules.
I didn't know those were the rules.
I just made it.
So you're telling me I watched that
For
one
nothing.
inning of baseball for
nothing?
Remember, I'm at 1. Jacob is, last
That's like
I checked,
play-in tournament stats.
Jacob is at 8, last I checked.
I'm at 1.
So we're at 10 as a
And
show.
I watched the first inning.
Where?
In Japan.
Oh.
Before the real season actually
Okay.
began. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't want to
You
watch
woke up
anymore.
early to watch that then.
Well, I'm up.
Good point.
I'm here.
Good
This
point.
is what we're doing.
Good point.
But I don't want that. I want to solely focus
They're not doing the
on
Aaron
the
Rodgers
Grizzlies.
thing.
They are. They're doing it again. 20 minutes. I thought it was going crazy. I turned it off.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this anymore.
I think we all need to turn it off when Aaron Rodgers comes on so they stop talking about it.
Please.
He's not nearly that interesting.
Not now.
Not
Maybe
yeah,
not
not-
ever, but certainly not now.
not now.
You want to know what's interesting?
What?
The towels have been set.
Have they? What are they?
The Growl Towels have been
Tell
set
the people one
at
more time
FedEx
what
Forum.
they are.
It's towel season.
Oh, there they go. Jacob, we got to throw you on there.
Oh, I've watched 2. Oops, forgot one.
Has she
My
watched
bad.
2?
Yeah, I definitely have watched 2. Keep those 2 in there.
Oh, my
Keep those 2 in there.
Jacob, figure out a way to
The
throw yourself in
towels
there.
that are out at FedEx Forum if you are coming to tonight's game. For the M, a throwback to a couple years ago, but for the M, for the city of Memphis, throw the M's up. They sit They wait to be thrown in the air and shake them like you just don't care. All the images of the towels being out yesterday at FedEx Forum. Forgive me for sounding real corny. I love putting the towels out. Like, I came back yesterday afternoon to help with the towel crew because for people who don't know, those towels all end up on the seats at FedEx Forum thanks to all of the wonderful employees of the Memphis Grizzlies. And I always think it's just a really cool thing to have people from every single department coming together to do this thing, to try and ignite energy and a moment for the city. And you have people in suits, you have VPs, shout out to our VP, Pugs, who was there putting towels down. You have people from IT, you have people from marketing, people from finance, people from community. Just every single department is represented. And you're just trying to get all the towels on the chairs as quickly as possible, but also to make sure they look nice and neat. But it just got me in a mood because playoff basketball in Memphis is a really special thing. And I know that tonight is not a playoff game, it is a play-in game. But in order to get to the playoffs and to have more towel moments in Memphis this spring, they have to win the game tonight. And I was talking to one of our newer coworkers, and he was like, I've never been here for a postseason in Memphis. This is his first year. And you can't really explain it to somebody until they experience it themselves. And we were trying to pull up old videos of times when it was crazy in here. And, you know, most recently, the last series of meaning against the Los Angeles Lakers, which took a tumble and wasn't very fun. But if you go back to that year against the Timberwolves and the Warriors, and obviously all the way past, you were sharing a memory back when the Grizzlies beat the Spurs. And like, you're going back to those memories of you and friends coming down to FedEx Forum. Everybody has, anybody who has experienced a period of time here in Memphis in the spring with the Grizzlies in the postseason has a memory feeling particularly inspired being a part of this down here. And it'll be on a smaller level, not a smaller level. I don't want to like bring down tonight's game. It's a must win. It's do or die. But there's just nothing like it. And it gets me in my sports feels.
It's palpable. It radiates. It radiates through the city, and it all emanates from FedEx Forum through downtown, Pinch District, South Main, all the way to Edge District, Midtown, Broad, out east, right? It is just something that is indescribable, but you can feel it. Like, you can sense it. You feel the energy, the anticipation of Grizzlies postseason play. And it's one of the things that makes, when the Grizzlies are rolling, when the Grizzlies are good, it's one of the things that makes the months of April and May all the better. It's the cherry on top of 2 months that are incredible in this city. I yesterday went for a little walk. I was like, oh, I can't go through Church Park. Why? It's time for Africa in April, right? Like, it's that time of the year when we get festivals out in the park. It's not ungodly hot. It's going to be warm, but it's not ungodly hot to where you want to be inside all the time. We just got out of all the cold and all of that, so we do want to be, everybody wants to be outside a little bit. Patio weather is great. The people watching is going to be phenomenal. And then on top of all of that, you've got an elimination game right here at FedEx Forum. It was great to see all the fans in line yesterday for the tickets. That was incredible to see. And it's time to start staving, baby. Time to start staving that damn elimination.
It's stave season.
Stave season, Jessica Jane Benson. It's stave season.
Stave season sounds semi-defeatist. Stave season
What do you
is
mean?
staving off elimination. I want surprise season.
Wait.
You can have stave season and surprise season concurrently.
Yeah, but surprise season is in March. That's when we get the surprises.
No, but I want a surprise in April.
Typically in the NBA, we don't get that, but I rock with you.
I want a surprise, an April surprise.
The Heat most recently.
Sure did.
Recent memory serves me correct. Went from playing, did they play 2 play-ins?
Yeah, they were
the
9, weren't they?
I don't know if they lost.
Or did they lose
first,
no, they lost the
they
first
lost the
and
first
then won
one,
the second.
Won the second one.
Yeah, they were the 8, I
8
believe.
seed Heat. 2 play-ins. Look up come June, and the 8 seed Heat still playing.
Look where they're at.
And they still playing.
Look where they're at.
And you can't get to June.
If you don't win tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, put your hand up.
Real quick.
That was usually you're straight in the sky, so.
Yeah, real quick. At least I wasn't like out. 45-degree angle. Don't you ever rest of your life. Complete my thought. That makes me uncomfortable. That made me real uncomfortable.
That's real.
Jessica.
That's real better half situation
like,
there, and we can't do that.
I don't like that a lot.
We can't do that.
That bothers me. That you did it, and immediately my booty hole puckered a little.
I did just celebrate I got my 5 years working for the Memphis Grizzlies little mini trophy yesterday.
Did you bring it?
No, it's on my mantle. I should have brought it in. I was like, they were like, oh, HR said, we have something for you. I said, for me? A gift? And they're like, yeah, we have your 5-year, I don't know what you call it, thing.
Chip.
It's crystal.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
All right.
I said, I haven't been here 5 years. What are you talking about?
Got here in 2020.
Yeah, you've been here for 5 years. So we are celebrating. So my point is, we've spent so much time together that I am inevitably forced to finish some of your
sentences.
I was going to say sandwiches.
There we
go.
go.
Tough. We will find out if Ja Morant is going to play tonight. He's officially listed on the injury report as questionable. That does feel mighty important for the Grizzlies tonight. He was described yesterday following practice as a true game time decision. I feel with all my heart that unless Ja Morant's ankle is the size of a tree trunk, he's going to play tonight. Like, barring something terrible, it feels like all the signs are pointing to Ja Morant playing. That is what happens this time of year. That is what happens with best players. They gut it out, they put it together, you figure out how to get him on the court. Now, how effective he is will be a big question for this Grizzlies team.
Absolutely. Let's take the to play or not to play part. Yeah,
that is the question. Did I do it again?
You have to play. You
of
have
course.
to. Tony Allen's out there with no hamstrings playing.
Mike Conley's out there with a broken
face playing. Now, that both of those severely hampered what those two players were able to do. And in that Golden State Warriors series, it became clear, all right, we just can't run Tony Allen out there. He gave it a go. He don't got it. He's got to sit down. You got to give it a go until you ain't got it, until it becomes clear that you can't play. If ain't nothing broke, dangling, hanging off, if you don't got a laceration from the top of your head to the bottom of your soles, get your ass out there and try.
That'd be a really gross laceration.
That's a long laceration. That's a big old laceration. But if you don't got one of them, man, get out there on the court and try. Now, once it becomes apparent, if it becomes apparent, holy hell, we just can't have him out here, then it is, okay, you take him out. But you gotta go out. This is that time of the year. It's an elimination game. Right. Go out there and try.
A healthy Ja, they don't have anyone who can stop him. That is not how this Mavs team is built. Now, I'm curious.
What do you mean?
I mean, I know they have trees. I would like to come up with something better than the trees nickname for Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford. It's almost like octopus.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Are you ready? You said it's almost like...
I was going to say octopus. Like,
it is octopusy-ish.
I knew you were going to say that. A lot of limbs.
The skyline.
Oh.
The Dallas skyline.
Okay.
You're going down there. You like that?
Well, I like when Ja Morant flies high up in the sky over the Dallas skyline. If this was a fully healthy Ja Morant, I would like to... I hate you.
Because Ja, he flies like a plane.
Stop, CJ. Stop it. What? It's an important day. Keep it together, or I'm going to...
Never forget.
Stop. I do think... I was getting ready for the postseason. You just keep laughing at your own jokes. I was going to get ready by watching highlights of recent Grizzlies playoff memories past, and I did come across the Ja dunk on, oh my God, why did my brain just short circuit? On Beasley in the Timberwolves series. And it made me wish that we could have an electrifying Ja dunk moment, but I'd take him being like 4 of 7 from 3 tonight instead. If he can't attack the paint in the level that we are accustomed to seeing Ja, and I would anticipate if he is working through, I mean, we know he's working through an ankle injury. We have eyes. We watched the whole thing transpire. He went to his happy place and he came back. But he has been better with his jump shot. Like, much to the, like, that's been a significant improvement for him over the last month. So this is a good time for that, for Ja, for this team. But God, it would have been fun to watch him try to land a massive dunk in a playoff game. Like, I missed that. It's not a playoff game. A play-in tournament game. Could have been the greatest dunk in play-in tournament history.
It's an elimination game.
It's a staving off elimination game. That's all we do in this here world. Is there a matchup that you are most intrigued by tonight between the Grizzlies and the Mavs?
I will say Jaren Jackson Jr. versus help defense. Because Jaren is good enough, not good enough, great at pulling bigger players out and going by them. But once that help defense rotates over and once the double team comes, how effective can he be? How effective can not just Jaren, but the rest of the team be? Because Jaren's going to make the right play. Jaren squares up, Anthony Davis in front of him, goes by AD. They rotate PJ Washington over to help and to double team. All right, now Jaren's got two dudes. He makes the next pass out. He has to be able to make that next pass out. And then what the hell does everybody else on the team do? The Mavericks are going to be scrambling at that point. Can somebody make a three? Can somebody shot fake, get to the rim and finish at the rim? Can somebody shot fake, get to the rim and kick it out for another better opener three? That's the things that will lend itself to this team being in a pretty good place down the stretch of this game if they can do so. I think that too often we see Jaren's stats on from a scoring standpoint. It's like, oh, he's just standing around at the three-point line. Get on the block. What are you doing? Well, when he gets on the block, the double team is still coming. Mm-hmm. He puts the ball on the floor, the double team is coming. So I'm not sure how much scoring Jaren can do. He'll have to do something that I don't think I've seen him do and be a true facilitator of the offense if the Grizzlies are going to beat the Mavericks and get to face the Thunder on Sunday.
And that's where you need consistent three-point shooting from a Desmond Bane. I'll throw Santi Aldama. I'm really curious who starts tonight for the Grizzlies. They obviously went with Scottie Pippen Jr. I just don't know if you go that route with the considerable size that the Mavs roll out with that starting lineup, or at least the one that we saw them roll out against the Sacramento Kings. Basically any lineup that the Mavs roll out is just like, wow, that's a lot of big people. As Chris Vernon said on his show yesterday, like, that's a bunch of men. It's a bunch of big, tall men. And I'll be curious if it's Santi. Could it be a John Conchar start in a must-win play-in game? I mean, stranger things could happen. But if it is Santi knocking down those shots, right? Like seeing the improved, by all means, Santi's gotten a lot of heat because he's the one holding the ball and can't get it in the final, 5-second call turnover for the Grizzlies against the Warriors. But he played a better game, and he's had a good season. I mean, there was a time this season where we were talking about Santi Aldama as a sixth man of the year candidate. Can Santi Aldama knock down big shots in this game? This Mavs team, it's not like they're a crazy three-point shooting team. Yes, they have Klay Thompson, and if Klay Thompson carries over looking like the youthful old version of Klay that you just got in the Kings game, that's certainly a threat that you don't want to let him make one and then have him get hot from the three-point line. But outside of that, what are you going to do? I don't want to say it. What are you going to do? Make Najee Marshall look like a great three-point shooter? Don't say it for the Grizzlies, because that's exactly what happens. Najee Marshall will make 8 threes tonight, and I don't want that to happen. But that will be something to see. We'll get Lang Whitaker's opinion on what that starting lineup could look like for the Grizzlies tonight. I think he's the head of the Santi Aldama fan club at Grind City Media. I was reminded that as we watched the Grizzlies-Warriors game together. We'll get his thoughts on the playoff-like atmosphere anticipated for the play-in game tonight here in Memphis and more with Lang. We'll also talk about the other matchups because the NBA playoffs in their totality get started this weekend with Saturday action all day long. We'll hit it all with Lang when we come back.
We touched on this earlier, the panel here, about what really has been the mainstay of the Grizzlies, and that's Jaren Jackson Jr. Trip has just been awesome.
He's posting guys up. He's stronger than he's ever been. He's physical, and he's scoring all type of ways.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Bane drives. Oh yeah. Close. He hits and the Grizzlies have the lead. Yeah! Jaren with a knockaway. Good defense. Durant attacking, spinning, hanging, and hitting. Let's go!
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzlies stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
The new issue of Slam, the cover dropped, and it is our friend Jaren Jackson Jr. on the cover.
And shout out to you, Lane.
Yeah.
You kept, well, I mean, we knew about it, but you kept this a secret the whole time. So shout out to you for
I
putting
wrote
this
this story.
together.
We did the photo shoot a couple weeks ago here on a Sunday afternoon in the practice court. The Sneak Fest show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
I see people who look like me and were born probably in the same decade as me, watching all of these young people jump into the transfer portal and saying, it's ridiculous. You got to stop thinking about this like it's a normal college experience. It is not. You know what the priority is? Maximize your earning potential for every year of eligibility you have left. That's what this is about now. These are jobs.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second-chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Welcome back. It is Friday. That means it's time to welcome Lang Whitaker in studio. He's got his coffee. He's got his visor.
Yeah, you know, you got Crocs.
I do. I am wearing Crocs.
Croc Gang. We don't need to see the feet.
Yeah, we do.
But Croc Gang is happening here today.
They're dirty. These are old Crocs.
I've been member of Croc Gang for a long time.
You want to know why I'm in Crocs today?
I don't need
really?
to know.
No, you
'cause they're
actually do.
comfortable.
Because your son is here in studio for a reason. It's the same reason why I'm in Crocs.
Easter.
Good Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yes, my Crocs, they have.
Would you give up socks for Lent or something?
Yeah, you know, I was like, I don't need these in my life anymore. More of a barefoot kind of thing going into this month. No, my husband is off work, and normally my husband wakes up 10 minutes before I leave, so we have like 10 minutes to connect in the morning before we don't see each other. And I was like, why isn't he getting up? And then I remembered he's off work today for Good Friday, and all my socks are in our bedroom. And so me, being the kind-hearted wife that I am, did not enter the bedroom to get the socks and potentially wake him up because my Crocs were outside. Yeah. And so I was like, I'll just wear my Crocs without socks. Do you wear your Crocs with socks or without socks?
Both.
Yeah.
Mostly without at home, like around the house. If I go out, it's sort of frowned upon to wear
I
them
felt a
without
little
socks.
gross wearing them without socks. I'm not going to lie, but that's where we're at.
I wear them when I go play golf because I take my golf shoes in the car. So I usually wear them with socks in that moment.
They're so comfortable.
They're the
Every time
best.
I end up wearing them, I'm like,
So
I wish
Nike
these were
has
more
this
socially
is
acceptable.
a shout out Sneak Fest on another fine subsidiary of Grand City Media. We talked about Nike has a new one, and it's called the X React, and it's sort of their Croc, and it pulls on. It's got a little bit more like structure to it than a Croc, but it's made out of the foam, and people love them, and they're $70. Drew Hill has a pair. He was wearing them at practice the other day and said they're amazing.
Okay.
So I don't know. That might be like the next move to go with.
Were you at practice yesterday?
Yes, but they never opened practice, and I had to come back and do the odds couple.
Oh, okay.
So I just hung out with Pete Pranica for 20 minutes.
I saw Jalen Wells was at practice
saw the
yesterday,
video,
which
yeah.
I love. I love the growth of Jalen Wells into this legend. Like, that's our competitor, and he's only gaining fan appreciation and like lore as he's going to work his way back from. He had his, I don't know if it's a cast or a splint, but on his broken wrist, and he's out there getting shots up. The other big news was Jaws, a true game time decision. We'll get into that, but I did want to ask you: have you been following the T-shirt conversation in NBA circles?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Okay, so coming out of the Grizzlies-Warriors play-in game, there was one of those Steph threes where he ends up like on the ground, and all the fans are around him at Chase Center. None of them are in the matching T-shirts that were left out. No, because he hit a tough shot and ended up on his butt.
And then why did he fall down?
He was down because Scottie Pippen Jr. was
I didn't
all
know.
over the man.
Was it a play where he got fouled or one where
I don't
he
know
flopped?
if it was.
There's two plays.
I know, and I'm not sure which one it was.
There's a lot where he flops.
But bottom line, beside the point, none of the fans have T-shirts on, and so it has sparked this.
The free T-shirts on, on the seats.
Yes, it has sparked this conversation of the kind of fans that go to professional sporting events now because tickets are so expensive, and it's, like, that's a good case study because it goes from the argument is what Oracle used to be.
Sure.
And it was one of the craziest environments in sports. And you look at those old photos of Warriors playoff runs or championship runs, and every single person is in the shirt. Like there was no question that free shirt was on your seat. You're putting it on. Now people have their outfits. They don't want to put on the free cheap shirt
Tech
that's
bros.
waiting on. Exactly.
T-shirts don't fit over vests.
Exactly. And it symbolizes like what's wrong. But as I was putting out the towels yesterday here at FedEx Forum, hell yeah, I did that. Only met one person from Grind City Media had to be at the towel putting down.
Glad you were.
I actually really enjoy it, both from like the symbolic nature of it. I love doing a repetitive task.
That's why I like
something
cooking.
very therapeutic about it.
For sure.
And so I have no issue
good for
coming
your
back.
mental.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a dare I say fun thing to
I
do,
know, I get
except
it.
when you're up on the terrace level and you're looking down.
Yeah.
And I don't go up there all that. Shout out to the real fans, the ones who sit up there, because that is a view downward, and those stairs scare me every
You
time.
know who
I
loves
go
sitting on the
up
top
them.
row? Bennett and his son.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
Bennett's
his son
the
loves
top
sitting
row.
at the top row,
Yeah,
and so Bennett nicely
Bennett
goes up
ends
with him.
Yeah.
But we
Sorry,
were doing
we have to buy the cheapest tickets.
We
All
were
right.
doing the towels at the same time as they started giving out the tickets that Jaron was giving away. And he gave out free tickets to the first 250 fans that showed up, 2 tickets per person, so that's 500 tickets. There were people camped out here at noon yesterday to get these free tickets once it became known that there were going to be the opportunity to get them. And I just thought there's still such a specialness, like the pure fans in sports, the ones who show up to get free tickets, the ones who take the towel. There is no question, and granted it's different between a t-shirt and a towel, but everybody will pick up that towel tonight and like know what to do with it. And I just think that's a really special thing.
The
that
question
still
you're
exists
asking me
here.
is, are towels better than T-shirts?
Yeah, that's actually the main thing. I think, but I don't want more people to do the towels because
thing
even though
about
it's a
the
copycat
t-shirts-
league, this is a Grizzlies thing.
Couple things on T-shirts. Yes. I mean, we already know the real Warriors fans are in Oakland, not San Francisco. And we also know that the fan base that affords those tickets down close to the court probably don't care about a free T-shirt. Probably low on their priority list, as opposed to the fans who, you know, you have to save your money and, you know, go into a game as a financial hit for you. Yes, I want that T-shirt. Yes, I want all that stuff. Also, like as a larger man, sometimes the T-shirts don't fit.
Yeah.
Like sometimes
It's like
they're
a schmedium
all large
situation.
or they're all extra large or whatever, and you know you don't want to be uncomfortable for 3 hours wearing a
But you
tight
used to
shirt.
just do it.
Huh?
You used to just do it. I mean, those old pictures, it's undeniable. Every person, big, small, and in between,
or
is
you
rich,
just-
poor, any like
Or
front
you
row
just
seats,
you
back row
announce we're having a
seats.
whiteout or whatever color, and then people just know. All right, I wear a double X. I'm just going to wear a white shirt. And
then blend in
yeah,
with the
and then
crowd.
it looks like you're part of the thing.
That's true.
I would also say that to your point about the repetitiveness of doing that job, that's one reason I love cooking.
Oh, really?
Because you stand in the kitchen and you can just chop an onion or a carrot or whatever, and you take care in it, and you also it sort of like takes all your attention and none of your attention at the same time, and so your brain sort of unlocks in a way it doesn't any other time during the day, and you think of things. I think of stuff all the time. You know, I'll put on music, go in the kitchen, and do stuff for half an hour, and that's like kind of my quiet part of my day, and I love it. And also, nobody bothers you when you're doing it. Like when you're doing that job, like people just leave you alone. Like
Yeah,
do
or you
your
get in
job.
pockets and you catch up with people and have like casual, just very like casual conversations.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a better word. I didn't want to say frivolous conversations, but conversations you don't have to think of very much, but also people maybe that you're just catching up with on the sly. Like you're like, oh, I haven't seen you in weeks. How are you? How are you? Good, good.
Yeah.
But then you're also, you talk about the care factor. Like you don't want to be the person who F's up the towels. So it's like the For the M better show on my towels. And people don't know the seats further down on the plaza level seats or the oh gosh, what do we call
the
this?
bottom level.
Yeah. Bottom level seats. It changed. The chairs change for the last like 5 or 6 rows, and they're so slick. Like the difference in This is real towel.
Smooth chair. Yeah.
Towel science over here. But it's really hard to get those ones to stay on the towel, so you have to give a little more
What do you do?
attention to detail. It just has to situate itself perfectly.
Okay.
You know, that's what you
A
want.
little further back, a little weight differential.
Do you anticipate?
It's like NASCAR.
Yeah. Do you anticipate tonight being a playoff-like environment?
Hope so.
I really hope so. The play-in's always difficult because it's not on the schedule.
Yeah.
You don't know it's coming. You also played your first play-in game, and there's a chance that you win that and then don't have this game. You lose that, suddenly you know that you have it. It's also at 8:45, and I'm not trying to dole out excuses, but we're not really a late night
But think
city.
like, in college football, when you have a late game like that,
It's better.
Everybody's lit.
Exactly.
So there's a chance that happens
And
tonight.
it's a Friday.
It's a Friday. You don't have
But
to
it
go
is
to work
Good
tomorrow.
Friday.
That's okay.
Okay.
You don't have to go to work tomorrow, so you can stay up a little later tonight, invest a little more in this. And I don't know if you read the today's Grind City Media newsletter. Sign up if you've not yet signed up for it on grindcitymedia.com. I wrote about the other night when we watched the Grizzlies game here. We watched the first game. And normally, as a sports professional like we are, when you work in sports, there was this whole conversation, the student journalist covering Florida who filmed herself and then the end of the game. And everybody's like, oh, you can't, that's terrible, whatever. Look, we work for the Grizzlies. And sure, we're not going to stand up and scream and wave the Growl Towels, but we want the Grizzlies to win. Yes, I'm fine to admit that. So the other night, when the Grizzlies played the game against the Warriors, we were watching it here. You, me, Roser, Bennett, Darnell, a bunch of us. There was like
Kyra
8 people.
came up.
Kyra, there's a lot of people here watching the game. And as we watched it, like, that was so fun because we're all yelling and screaming and cheering, and Devin's hanging his head when a bad play happens,
threatening to throw his laptop.
We're all
at the
yelling at the
wall.
refs. It was such a community experience, and we all did that together. And it reminded me of how fun it is to be a sports fan. Like, I purposely never wrote about the Atlanta Braves my whole journalism career because I wanted to be a fan of this one team. It was the one thing I'd always never made professional in my life. Eventually, I got offered enough money, and I wrote a book about the Braves. But up until that point, I kept baseball separate. And I think the experience the other night reminded me of how much fun it could be tonight if everyone shows up and you get to be together. You get to high five strangers, and you're fist bumping people you don't know, and everybody's yelling and screaming and all that stuff. Like, that's the fun of sports.
Yeah.
And we have an opportunity tonight to do that at the highest level.
It's funny. I said the exact same thing coming home from. Obviously, I was exhausted. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I was.
Well, you had to stay an extra hour.
Smiling my face off when I got home at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
But when I was reflecting on it the next day, just the act of sitting, and I could have gone home. I live 5 minutes away. I could have gone and watched it with Chris, but no, thank you. And just watching it with you guys was really fun. And the commentary, and I joked going into the break, getting to watch with Santi Aldama's biggest fan. Like, there's dueling narratives of people. We're all rooting for the same team, but we're all, bring our own biases into it and different narratives that we've been kind of pushing throughout a season. And it was just a really enjoyable experience.
Were you on team the 5-second violation was the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of this franchise? Or were you on team no one play wins and loses a game?
I was on team that's the play that you'll always remember.
Yeah, but there was a lot of people that were like, "Oh, it was a fun." We were down 3.
I refuse to say a play-in tournament loss is the worst thing that's ever happened for an organization.
Well, just that play is that play has become like the
play,
the fulcrum that game hinged on. Like, the Warriors were going to foul. Yes, 100%.
I live with a Warriors fan who would challenge that statement dramatically.
Okay.
So yes, sure, the narrative would assumingly be, well, the Warriors are a well-coached, smart basketball team.
Was
They're
the worst
foul
play?
up 3.
But why is that play worse than?
Because you didn't even
Jaws
get a chance.
turnover with 2 minutes left.
Simply because it was the end. Because it was the end. That's what we do in sports.
What
if
about
something
Zach Edey's
represents
4
the
turnovers
end,
when he was single covered in the post? There was
I
lots of plays,
understand.
and I'm not standing up for my son, Santi.
you are.
Okay,
But it's
fine.
okay.
But it's not because it's my son. It's because, to me, you hear it all the time. No one play wins or loses a game, and it's just sort of interesting to me that play has become the play everybody's like, well, we were going to win.
Well, I
except
think
we had
that
a
play.
5-second.
The reason I think that play resonated in the way that it did one, that is what we do. I mean, we just came off of the national championship game where you're looking at Houston and saying that was one of the most painful ways we've ever watched a team lose a game. Granted, that's a championship game, and they had the lead, and it felt definitive that they were going to win at one point, and then it all slips away.
But we don't look at the 6 minutes before that turnover.
No, exactly. Exactly. But the other thing for this iteration of the Grizzlies, that play felt so representative of what this season has been. Like, it all wraps up in that play. You go down big early. You fight. You're talented enough to fight your way back. You're in it. You suddenly convince yourself, the Grizzlies might actually beat the Warriors in San Francisco and advance to face the Rockets instead of having to put themselves in a position to, best case scenario, face the Thunder. And late execution strikes again. And that's been something that's just become symbolic of this team, a characteristic of this team. And so I think because of everything that came before, it's like everything that came before it, not just in that game, but over the course of the last few months, felt to all wrap itself in that play. But you want to stand up for Santi, and I understand.
I just feel like
my favorite thing.
Since I was a kid, they say no one play, win or loses a game, and like I don't understand.
You also
why.
have to tell the kids sometimes you're going to be on the play that everybody. It might not be fair. Life's not fair, and you're going to be the one who gets a lot of the vitriol on it.
Try to inbound the ball, and the Golden State Warriors are going to bear hug everyone.
And Jimmy Butler's going to be standing in the middle as a free safety, and you're assuming that you're somehow going to throw it 55 feet to Desmond Bane. All those things play in. When Santi, there was like a Euro step for Santi that just felt like a no, yes moment in that Warriors game.
King of those plays.
And you were like, never a doubt.
Yeah.
This is his culture. This is where it's at.
He brought the Euro step from Europe to
As
America.
the Santi stand, would you start Santi tonight against the Mavs?
No, I would probably go with that same lineup. The thing that scares me is
even
Dallas.
with the size.
Yeah, the Dallas is big, but we're like, I think they're not a good 3-point shooting team. They're bottom 6 in the league.
Yeah.
And if you're the Grizzlies, like maybe spread them out and try to, beat them from the outside in. Like, I don't I don't trust Zach Edey going 1-on-1 against Anthony Davis in the post, or I don't trust Zach Edey going 1-on-1 against Daniel Gafford or Derek Lively in the post. So if I'm the Grizzlies, I would probably just go with what's working, use that same lineup, and try to attack from the outside in. Maybe defensively it causes some mismatches, but you also might kind of go Dallas into not trying to shoot threes and just going inside. I looked the last time we played. Not the game on this week, which is crazy to think we played Dallas this week already.
Yeah.
It was only 5 days ago.
I know. A completely different Dallas team.
We played Dallas without Ja in January, and it was when Dallas was without Luka and Anthony Davis. And the Grizzlies won by like 15. But that was a game we shot 35 free throws, and they shot 15. Like, it was one of the few games where we've played without fouling, and I would guess, I don't remember that particular game, but the 35 free throws would suggest we tried to get in the lane a lot. Jaren had a triple-double, I think, or he led us in all 3 categories that night. So I don't, maybe you start Santi, but I would feel like Scotty is a better defensive lineup. We know Nico Harrison says defense wins championships.
Over and over and over and over.
Let's go defense.
Yeah, I am curious who they put on Anthony Davis to start the game, because if you go the route that they went against
do you think Santi
the
should be
Warriors,
on him?
if you don't believe that Zach Edey can defend him one-on-one, if you don't want Jaren Jackson Jr. to get in foul trouble early, because that was the whole purpose of where you're throwing Zach Edey on Jimmy Butler early in that game and forcing him to shoot and trying to take your worst outside shooting opportunity and land that on Zach Edey. And granted, like, this whole thing is hinging now on a Mavs team that kind of goes facilitating by committee.
Yeah.
Their guard play is not.
They don't have that.
They don't have a guy named Kyrie Irving, and they don't have Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
So they've taken a significant step back there. They have Brandon Williams off the bench, a two-way guy who's on a like $45,000 contract. Yes, he did, and he's good. Like,
he's good.
You don't want Brandon Williams being the one to beat you tonight. But no, I'm just genuinely curious who ends up being
throw
on
2
AD
other
to
names
start
at you that you might start or just use as a primary defender on Anthony Davis. Jay Huff, who has the size and the speed, but not the strength, right? Or somebody who doesn't have the size but has the strength and the speed, Lamar Stevens.
I've been on that train, but then we didn't see any Lamar Stevens against the Warriors. So then I'm curious, what about John Conchar?
On Anthony Davis?
We've seen a John Conchar block on Anthony Davis in the playoffs before. I saw it with my own eyes.
I mean, if
now you're looking at me the way I looked at you when you said Jay Huff.
So you think Jay Huff's not equipped for this? Like, I mean, I love Jitty.
Jitty did exactly what you needed him to do.
The other thing is a point guard.
Exactly. And the other thing is you just need boards, right? And that's where if you're looking at the positives of Zach Edey in that game against the Warriors,
100%.
and the biggest positive of Zach Edey over the last handful of weeks, ever since the coaching change from Taylor to Tomas, has been Zach Edey on the boards. And that will be a significant
7 offensive rebounds the other night.
Indicator
I mean,
of
do you think Ja plays
Grizzlies.
tonight?
I do.
I think so too.
I think he plays. I think he wants to play.
He has 18 straight games of 20-plus points. Like, that's significant, you know? Could use that tonight.
We were talking in the first segment about how promising it is for Ja that his outside shot has been what it's been over the last month, because chances are, like, you are dealing with an ankle injury, and the worst case, you don't want him to make it worse. Like, it's always so difficult to talk about injuries this time of year, because like the real sign of not just the sign of a competitor, the sign of a true NBA star is you play. And so I think Ja is built to play. We saw him come back in the game against the Warriors. We saw him take the free throw so that he was able to come back in the game against the Warriors. I know he's a game time decision, but it feels like if he doesn't play, his ankle has to be a balloon.
One time, I always, we always hear somebody has a sprained ankle, a tweaked ankle, and I think we kind of get inured to it as sports fans, because it just, it's such a common thing, and we hear it all the time, and you don't really think about, oh, this is something real. One time I came to Memphis when I was working at Slam to do a story on Pau Gasol. This is 10 plus years ago. And Pau was missing the game that night with a sprained ankle, or he was like questionable. And I interviewed him after a shoot around, and I was like, how are you feeling? He goes, yeah, this is a sprained ankle. And I was like, he goes, do you want to see it? And I was like, sure. And he took his sock and his shoe off, and his ankle was huge. And it made me remember, like, oh yeah, like this is a real thing. Like this is not just, I stepped off the curb funny and, my ankle hurts a little bit. Like, NBA players with sprained ankles, like it's a giant, looks like a softball on the side of your foot. So if Ja's able to play through all that, God bless him. We could use him.
Adrenaline's a hell of a drug.
Sure.
And Advil.
So's Advil. We saw him pop some pills of some sort on the side.
It was Advil.
Yeah.
I listened to the broadcast.
Okay.
I trust the broadcast.
How could you hear the broadcast? We were all yelling at Reggie Miller the whole time.
Exactly. We would hear what he would say, and then we would proceed to yell at what he was saying. The next time we sit here, we'll be here next Friday. There could be a whole world between when we sit here. But when we're back on the show on Monday, we'll know if the Grizzlies beat the Mavs tonight or lose to the Mavs tonight. We'll say beat the Mavs tonight.
Yes.
Then they will be playing a game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Do you foresee... I don't want to ask it in this way because it feels inappropriate.
Ask it.
What represents a good series against the Thunder if you're the Memphis Grizzlies?
Winning the series? I mean, what do you mean? Like,
I think the majority of
we don't want
national
moral
voices,
victories.
of course not. Listen, that's my biggest thing. People who are saying,
and let's be honest, the Thunder have kicked our butts this season.
18-point average.
Yeah, every time.
Yes,
They've beaten us and blown us out of the water.
Anytime there's been a semi-close game, I think the last one was where it was at least single digits going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And then they went on like a 17-2 run.
Yeah. I mean, we beat them by 60 2 years ago here, like.
Lang.
I'm just saying, like, it's gone up.
It wasn't by 60, it was by 70.
Whatever. It's gone up
Get
and
the
down. I'm
math
saying,
right.
like, there's times where they're a rebuilding team, and we were like at our strongest, and now they're really well, playing really well.
I
And
do
we're
think
all
that's
beat
one of
up
the
and hurt.
reasons, other than just some people view a sweep by the Thunder as a humiliation ritual. I think, 9 straight wins for the Thunder against the Grizzlies.
Feels like
I
20.
do think it represents, yes, it does feel like 20, and it's such a bleak representation of a team whose trajectory went like this, while yours was like right here and then dipped back. And I'm not going to put it all the way down, but we'll put it out
No, they
at
were
an
going.
angle.
They were flat. We were going up 2 years ago,
And now it's
now it's
switched.
swapped.
And I think that's why even throughout the course of the year, it was frustrating watching the post-game interviews and the fun they were having. And it just felt like, we were that 2 years ago. And now they've
taken
clearly cemented that status. But it has never, for me, been a matter of, I don't want to see the Grizzlies make the playoffs. Like, no, you were the 2 seed in February. The worst case scenario is not making the playoffs. Pick be damned. I can certainly understand people who create a logical reasoning of they would like to keep the pick, not even to just use the pick in this year's draft, but perhaps to package it to get more around this team that is clearly with some significant holes in it as it's currently constructed.
It's like Swiss cheese.
Yes. But you want to make the playoffs. You want those reps. You want to build the scars, everything that comes with it.
You want to win every game you play.
Yes.
You want to win every game.
So let's win tonight.
I would love that.
All right. Warm-up show?
Warm-up show, an hour-long, supersized, live from the studio. You'll be on. Michael Wallace, John Roser, Pete Pranica, Rob Fisher. Got an all-star cast joining us live at 7:30 on Grind City Media, X, and everywhere else you get your Grind City Media content.
7:30 warm-up show. We'll have a double post after tonight's game, and hopefully
DP, I'll call in on that.
a late night DP.
Yeah.
Thank you for the late night calls with Lang. We will take a quick break here. We'll come back. We will touch briefly on the happenings at the University of Memphis yesterday with PJ Haggerty, Dane Danger, the reports of both entering the transfer portal, but it appears only one actually really is interested in the transfer portal. And then we will have our draft. It is Disney Channel shows, our favorite, the best original Disney Channel shows of all time. That's when we come back.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Grammy, Academy, and Golden Globe Award-winning superstar, Mary J. Blige, live in Memphis. The For My Fans Tour, live at FedEx Forum Saturday, April 19th, with special guests Neo and Mario. Get tickets now at livenation.com. The iconic Mary J. Blige, for one night only.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Tony was the defensive guy, but Zebo was the offensive guy. So you could speak to this. It's way worse when you're getting doubled,
Yeah,
right?
you got triple. I had went through that for when I was in Portland. You had me on the team. You got triple. You hear me, Rose? You can't talk about those. You got to talk about triple.
You got triple team.
This man was scoring on 3 dudes.
Swing, TA.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
I never in a million years would have ever thought that John Cena's final run would be as a heel.
I love it.
I love it.
Once they saw this from The Rock.
They knew it. Everybody knew it except for Cody, which was so good.
Great camera work by
And then the
WWE.
kick. Yeah, I don't think WWE gets enough credit for the camera work and the production quality. I mean, it is incredible.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
In honor of George Foreman, decided to do a pick six on 6 greatest heavyweight boxers of all time.
Number 4, my guy, Mike Tyson. There is no greater feat that I've had. Like if I had my Mount Rushmore of things that I've accomplished in my life, the very first time I beat Mike Tyson in Mike Tyson Punch-Out.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
All right, welcome back. We did not get to it with Lang because, of course, we were too focused on the Grizzlies and the big play-in game tonight in Memphis. We do have the other NBA playoff, not the other NBA playoffs, the NBA playoffs, the teams that are officially in the NBA playoffs, and those games start tomorrow, all day Saturday. I was going to ask you, CJ, and I'll ask the people, so if you have an opinion, say it in the chat. I have to go see Sinners tomorrow. We talked about it yesterday of not really having free time, but I've seen such enthusiastic responses to Sinners and the fact that it's also a musical. And I started listening to the soundtrack this morning, and I listened to one song, and I said, I'm not going to ruin this for myself.
Right, like, stop. You don't have to keep describing it. I want to go in and just be shocked by what I see.
Okay, fine. But I want to be shocked. I don't want anything spoiled for me. That was my purpose of this conversation. But the NBA playoffs start tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern time, so noon our time. It's Bucks Pacers.
Hey, we in business. Go ahead.
Bucks Pacers is the noon game. Clippers Nuggets is the 2:30 game. Pistons Knicks is the 5 o'clock game, and Lakers Timberwolves is the 7:30 game. Which window should I go see Sinners in?
None of them.
I have to
Go at 11 to the
first Paradiso. I want to support my downtown movie theater.
Okay, well,
first option's 1 o'clock.
Okay, the first option is 1 o'clock,
Yeah.
but you can go to Paradiso at 11.
Really?
You can go to DeSoto at 10:35.
I'm going to be up late.
Stage at
10:35 is too
10:30.
much. Okay, 11 o'clock is an option. Thank
11
you.
11 o'clock.
So, thank you so much.
Olive Branch at 11.
Okay, we have options to go see Sinners.
Yeah, like,
but if you
don't-
were going to pick one of the windows,
what's the schedule?
Bucks Pacers at noon.
Okay.
Clippers Nuggets 2:30. Pistons Knicks 5. Timberwolves Lakers 7:30.
It would probably Timberwolves Lakers.
Mm.
That would probably be the one I'd
I was gonna do Bucks Pacers,
Also, you
but
can't-
then the second speaking of
you
people
can't
making
record?
surprise comebacks this weekend,
You can't-
Damian Lillard.
you can't
I hate
record?
I hate
Why?
recording sports because I know what happens.
You don't know how it happens.
Trust me, when I'm having
Hey,
to rewatch Grizzlies halves in the morning.
I got news for you. I know exactly what's going to happen in Sinners. The good guy's going to win, or the good guy's going to lose.
It's a little different.
Hey, so let's see how
But
we
I
get
usually
there.
know the big events that have happened due to my natural curiosity.
Okay, stop being curious, you little
I'm a
cat.
curious cat.
It killed the cat.
Well,
But
the
satisfaction,
cat had 9
satisfaction
lives.
brought it back.
There you go.
Yeah, go see it at 11.
I can't believe Damian Lillard's allegedly coming back from his blood clot.
Why can't you believe that? That's what we do.
Because that's amazing science.
Is it amazing science, or is this man
Yes.
just willing to sacrifice his life for the playoffs?
I think it's amazing science. Otherwise, that's insane.
That's what we do
Like,
at this time of the season. Put it all on the line.
That feels gross.
It does
Because
feel
a blood
gross.
clot is life or death.
It is gross.
DVT is life or death.
Ankle injury, you'll be walking. That's why we see all
There's going to
these
be some.
players
There's going to
limping
be
about.
some boss out there whose employee has a DVT, and the employee is like, "I need this. I need to go on."
Is that employee in the playoffs?
Part-time leave. No, but people treat everything like it's a sporting event, and that boss is going to be like, "I saw Damian Lillard come back for Game 1 in Bucks Pacers 2025. You can come and work your shift at Starbucks."
Working the shift at Starbucks is not the playoffs. Working the shift at Starbucks is the preseason.
Yeah, but
no
tell that
disrespect
to
to people
the
working
people
at
out there.
Starbucks. Like, no, you can absolutely
What if
miss
it's
for life.
their playoffs?
Give me
what
a
if it's their
playoff-
busiest?
Give me
the busiest day of that Starbucks of the year, and you have a DVT and you can't go into work.
Don't go into work. That's not the playoffs.
He's out for Game 1. I should have
Who,
mentioned.
Dame is out?
Dame is out for Game
Okay.
1, but he is in a period of resuming contact workouts to ramp up his return.
Get-
So the thought is,
Get back. Get ready.
I don't know if he would be ready for the first series, but if the Bucks advanced over the Pacers, then
Put your body on the line. Let's go. That's sports. It is crazy, but that's the expectation.
That's crazy.
You'll look up and you'll see somebody who played in one of these professional leagues at 50 or 60
Chat's
and be
pointing
like,
out, I did come into work with laryngitis.
and on a torn Achilles. That's neither here nor there. Here nor there. But like they
And
limp.
the morning of a colonoscopy.
And the morning of that
Am
was
I
tough.
Damian Lillard?
We had a trash can. Y'all didn't see it. We had a trash can right up underneath their seat, just in case.
Please, I just had a diaper on. Come on.
Turn up. Yeah, like sacrifice it. Put it on the line. You know what it is. That's what greatness requires. Go out there and get the job done to the best of your ability. If you physically cannot, if you are injured, don't take your ass out there. I understand
Physically
that.
unable to perform.
No, I'm not begging Brandon Clark to go out there and play.
Oh, thank you.
Right, I understand that.
You're not begging. Jalen Wells would.
I'm not
If someone
begging.
gave Jalen Wells the okay, he'd be out there in a wrist guard, be like, let's go.
I'm not begging him to do. I understand that. It's a sprained ankle. I know those things. I've had a bunch. They swell up to here. But hey, if you can limp up and down the court.
I'm talking about the DVT. Like, I know you're being kind of. It will be incredible if Damian Lillard is able to come back and play because
It's incredible when all of them do it.
Yeah, but with a DVT, that thing can release and kill you. Yeah. It can travel to your heart and kill you. So if he has gotten to the point where a medical staff is clearing him to return to play, that is a pretty phenomenal representation of what science and what continued research does in those cases, where we have now reached a period where a year ago, that would have been an absurd thing to even flirt with.
Didn't Chris Bosh have to retire because of clots?
Yes,
Yeah.
and that was when Victor Wembanyama got diagnosed. Everyone was like, it's not the same situation. Okay. And all blood clots are different, and every human body is different. And when you're young is different than when you're older. But Damian Lillard's, what, 31?
Is Dame my age? Dame might be 35, 36.
34.
34. There we go.
I gave him a couple of years off.
Yeah.
Anyway, excited for the NBA playoffs to start. Hope the Grizzlies are a part of it come Sunday. I'm going to try to go to the 11 a.m.
Okay.
Depending on what time I get out of here tonight.
All right.
Because there'll probably be a 1 o'clock ending of the double post, no matter what. Get home, get some sleep, see if we're up in time for an 11 o'clock.
Big Bet Bennett and CJ for the BBBC after that.
Coming next year to Grind City Media.
Certainly coming.
We don't have to talk a lot about it, but it was interesting as I was doing the towels yesterday. The double whammy of the University of Memphis basketball tweets that came through, the first of PJ Haggerty entering the transfer portal, and then 10 minutes later, Dane Danger reportedly entering the transfer portal, but then Dane Danger's apparently not going anywhere. He tweeted that he's not going anywhere. His mom gave an interview, I believe, with Jason Munz over at the Commercial Appeal, that he's not interested in transferring, and if he is granted an additional year of eligibility once that waiver, if it were to go through, he would return to the University of Memphis. It was intriguing. PJ Haggerty retweeted the Dane Danger tweet, so take that as you will, but for Haggerty, I don't really see this as a huge surprise. It was kind of putting a hope and a dream on keeping PJ Haggerty. Gary Parrish spelled it out perfectly. This is probably the opportunity for PJ Haggerty to make the most money of his life, and he likely needs to leave the University of Memphis in order to do so. I think the reported number has been somewhere in that $3 million range, and if Memphis doesn't have the NIL capacity to sign PJ Haggerty, he can find somebody who does. And this is the way it works. And I will always stand on the side of the athlete. I get it. You want loyalty. You want players to make these decisions for your school and the team that you're passionate for and hope that there's something greater than money. Money is money. And he has the chance to go chase a bigger bag elsewhere. So I wasn't particularly surprised, but I understand the disappointment. There is a reason why the second the Tigers lost in the NCAA tournament, Penny Hardaway, I think in his post-game remarks, talked about the importance of trying to figure out how to keep PJ Haggerty. So now you have to move on from that, hit the transfer portal. They've had some transfer portal wins this week. It's obviously been busy with the Grizzlies, so I'm not as in tune with that as I would be in a different time period, but that's just the way it is. That is college athletics 2025. You weren't surprised, CJ?
No, go where the money is. This is why I've been clamoring for college athletes to be paid, because I'm going to be honest, I don't know what type of career PJ Haggerty has post-college. I do know that this is as marketable as he will be in his life. This is the most attention and interest that he will be able to garner in his life. Why not be able to capitalize on it? Do I understand? Am I able to empathize with fans oh no, this player who I got attached to is now leaving? Sure, I can empathize with that. But, you get attached to coaches, they leave for more money all the time. That's just the nature of business. You yourself as a fan, if a job came through, you're working a job. If another job came through in that field or another field with significantly more money, you would leave and go take that job because it's about what's good
unless
for
you're
you
under
and
a
your
contract
family.
And there are stipulations within that contract that don't allow you to leave.
Yeah, and so listen, I'm fine with it. PJ Haggerty did his job at Memphis at a really, really impressive level. All-American, got the Tigers the conference tournament and regular season title. So yeah, this is the nature of being a grown-up. It's, hey, I've got to take care of my family, and I got to take care of myself. So if PJ Haggerty is leaving, I know he's in the portal, but maybe he hops out of it. Memphis finds a way to give him the money that he would be getting elsewhere. If he's leaving, hey, what a career he's had. What a season he had here. And you just get ready. It's just mercenary work. Just find the next mercenary. Guess what? I don't know if y'all know this. Y'all get worked up about PJ Haggerty leaving. Oh, no, what is it doing to my sport? Didn't PJ Haggerty transfer to Memphis? Yeah. Didn't Memphis hop in the portal and steal him from Tulane using Tulsa? I knew it was one of those pitiful ass T schools. So yeah, this is the nature of the beast. Go out there and find another one.
All right, let's draft. It is a draft day on a Friday, and we are drafting Best Disney Channel Original Series of All Time. So the show had to originate on the Disney Channel. There are a lot of great shows through the history of the Disney Channel that did not start on the Disney Channel.
Can you give an example?
Sister Sister.
Okay.
Smart Guy.
Okay.
Boy Meets World.
Okay. Can I
Those
throw
are the top three that I think of.
Can I throw in some?
Sure.
Recess.
No, they're great.
Tailspin.
Yes.
Darkwing Duck.
Yes.
Like those are Disney shows, but they may have appeared on the Disney Channel, but I do believe those were a part of the Saturday morning lineup on ABC, not on.
Or some were the TGIF.
Some were TGIF.
Some were Saturday morning.
Yep.
Now, I was going to specify Disney original shows of the 90s and 2000s because when we did our Nicktoons draft, I had a million people calling CJ and I old. Do you want to put year specifications?
You know, Disney Channel came around in the 90s. I thought that was kind of redundant for you to do.
Well, there are shows that exist outside of our viewing, like the kids, the youths. Like, I'm a Zoog Disneyer. Like, Zoog Disney was my stuff.
So wait. So
Radio
you don't,
Disney era Disney Channel was my stuff.
What's the decades?
I was going to cut it off at 2010.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Hey, clip this. Put this at the top of it. I hate you children. I hate you. Call me old. The hell wrong with you? You just don't appreciate good work. Get out of here.
You don't appreciate the classics.
You don't
and the fact that I'm calling these the classics is going to make me ill.
The great shows that they were.
All right.
Get out of here.
I would say most people argue like the best era of Disney Channel is your era of Disney Channel. So that's the way it is.
Yes, you're right.
And
correct.
it's mine.
The best era is my era.
All right, let's do a duck race. Let's figure out. Oh, a moose race. I love this. I hope everybody watched the. Oh, look, they're so fast. And there's music. We're leveling up.
Moose, run.
Run,
moose, run. Run, moose, run.
Oh, yes.
This is the opposite of the duck race.
Unless she trips.
Trip and fall.
She's into it. Or he, I should say. Because he has antlers, as we learned yesterday. This is not that easy. This is really tough. Because I don't know what you would take with your number one pick.
You know what's crazy? I don't know either. I just have stuff written down.
And I kind of want to, I want to snipe one from you, but I don't want to snipe one from you at the risk of losing this one. But I don't know if you would take this one. And so it's putting an ick in my stomach.
Spitting a what?
An ick in my stomach.
All right. Jessica, I just asked for clarification.
It was an ick. There was no consonant. Started with a vowel. Thank you.
Jessica?
All right. I will just go with the most impactful Disney show of all time to moi. And that is Lizzie McGuire, starring Hilary Duff. Those platform orange sandals live rent-free in my head forever. If you believe we've got a picture-perfect plan, we've got you fooled, 'cause we only do the best we can. And sometimes we make it, and sometimes we fake it. We get one step closer each and every day, and we figure it out on the way. I love Lizzie McGuire.
How did you know all of that?
Because I loved that show so much. Also, theme songs were incredible in my era of the Disney Channel.
We got to do a theme song draft.
Just a girl and her friends trying to survive middle school.
Shout out to Gordo.
Shout out Miranda. Shout out Gordo. Shout out Gordo being in love with Lizzie, teaching that like friend to friend who wants a little bit more storyline. Shout out Kate the bully. She was a great bully. She definitely stuffed her bra. Learned about bras thanks to Lizzie McGuire. The camping trip where they teepee. The Aaron Carter episode, R.I.P. I love Lizzie McGuire. And without the Lizzie McGuire show, we don't get the Lizzie McGuire movie. And without the Lizzie McGuire movie, we are never saying, hey now, this is what dreams are made of. So like the cultural importance of this show knows no bounds.
Gordo is the reason dudes in my generation thought that, hey, let's move to the friend zone. Let's be friends, and then we can move out of that. He gave us hope in a way that was like, no, that's not how that works. All right. That's a good pick. I will go with my next pick. That's So Raven. Give it to me. It's a future I can see.
That's so Raven, so
mysterious to me.
Yeah. Yep, that's me.
Let's go. Got a spin-off, Corey in the House, which was also really, really good. Maybe I'll take that next pick. Just
Chelsea, one of the
there.
greatest sidekicks of all time.
Yes. Chelsea, what was
Alone in the Hallways as always.
Yeah.
The Hallways as always with me.
Such a fun show, such a great show. And as a black, didn't have a lot of blacks on TV at that time, especially like kid TV for me. I think it was Keenan and Kel had just went off, and That's So Raven steps in there. It's like, oh, I can sit down and watch this and feel like I'm watching something that me and my friends would get into. I love Raven Simone forever, not just because of her work on the Cosby Show, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, other shows, but for That's So Raven, it's great. Also, we don't get Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sisters without Raven Simone's ascension to the top.
Raven Simone was that girl.
Oh, yes, Raven was.
She's one of the funniest people to ever exist.
Yes.
And she carries that show. Like, she carries Disney Channel for a period of time.
A true star.
So fun. Comedic timing, everything she does, she could look at you and you start laughing. I'm really, that. Would you have taken Lizzie McGuire if I had taken That's So Raven? That was my real internal.
Yes. I have an asterisk by. I have a big list. I have an asterisk by those two.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have. So you weren't going to get them both.
All right. We're going to get real stereotypical real fast then to go from Lizzie McGuire to this next pick, but I can't help myself.
Is it Hannah?
It's Hannah Montana. You get the best of both worlds. Chill it out, take it slow. Then you rock out the show. I recently went back and watched some episodes of Hannah Montana. It holds up. It's a great show. It means something to me. And the reason it means the most is because I was aging out of Disney Channel. This came out in 2006. I was just on the brink of middle school, and you're too cool to watch the Disney Channel anymore. And Hannah Montana brought me right back in. And I watched the entirety of the series, and I went to a Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus Best of Both Worlds concert. But this show was good. You talk about someone with good comedic timing. Like Lost in Miley Cyrus, the pop star. Miley Cyrus, the actress, was very funny. She made great facial expressions. She had that timing on lock. It felt like she kind of carried a torch that Raven had set at Disney of just strong, funny female leads, and she was ready to pick that up and run with it. It continues the whole like friend dynamic of how the friends are dealing with their friend and finding out that she's part normal girl and part superstar. I love that show. It's great.
All right.
Miley stands, we rise.
Give me Proud Family.
We're both going.
Give me Penny Proud.
I'm cute and I'm loud and I've got it going on.
The Grohl sisters, just so ashy that they're blue. The twins, Oscar. I love it. The friend group, such a fun, funny show. The one of the characters, what do we call it? Wizard Kelly, not Magic Johnson, but Wizard Kelly, was like, wait, where's the rest of my TV at? Why can I not see the rest of this man's face? It's just such a good show. I love it very much. And this pick right here might be the last pick that the people truly appreciate. Because I'm going to hit y'all with some bangers. These wouldn't be, if I was doing my top 5, these would be in there.
I would have taken Proud Family with number 3.
They wouldn't be in this order because I got straight heat for people who know ball coming up next.
You talk about, and this was the case with That's So Raven, as a shocking white girl growing up watching the Disney Channel and growing up in a predominantly white community, like I relied on a lot of television shows to teach me things. And the Kwanzaa episode of Proud Family, I always think, I put it in the same categorization of the Passover episode of the Rugrats, just learning about communities that you wouldn't know about if you did not have Disney, Nickelodeon.
Being made aware that, I like this.
Yes.
and he's not the same or she's not the same exactly as me, but we are similar in ways. Just making you aware that everybody's not celebrating the things that you celebrate, and they've got their own cultures is so very, very important. And just because you have your own culture or a different culture doesn't make you better or worse than. But
also identifying some of the like the shoplifting episode of That's So Raven has lasted with me my entire life. Like I will never forget that episode. So anyway, great 2 picks, CJ. All right, you talk about knowing ball. I think there is a clear number 3 to be taken, and it's Even Stevens.
Really?
It's Even Stevens, and we don't have to talk about Shia LaBeouf, but we talk about Even Stevens in its totality, and that was a funny family and other great sidekick characters. I don't necessarily love anyone who's aged from Even Stevens. Please don't come for me, Christy Carlson Romano. Please don't clip this. It's like Beetlejuice. She pops out on the internet, and I can't take it. Even with when Katy Perry went to space this past week, I thought, you want to know what song she should have sang as she was going to space? What song? We went to the moon in 1969, not 1970, but the year sooner. We went to the moon in 1969. That's when we made a landing that was lunar. God, the rhyming on sooner and lunar. Even Stevens was great. It was part of my, I'd say like big 3. So I got my big 3 no, I didn't get my big 3. I would have said my big 3 was That's So Raven, Lizzie McGuire, and Even Stevens were the shows that were always on as I was growing up. The non-cartoon shows, the live action shows. So there we go.
Y'all don't know nothing about Famous Jet Jackson. Give it to me. Famous Jet Jackson, who was sort of that Hannah Montana before Hannah Montana, because Jet was a super secret agent on TV. And then he was a regular kid away from TV. The only difference in Hannah Montana and the Famous Jet Jackson was we knew what everybody knew what Jet was on the show. And he had friends that were around him, helping him navigate being that middle school, high school age, while also having the responsibilities and the crushes and things that pop off on set. Tremendous show. Love it so much. Famous Jet Jackson.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Would have been my number 1 pick. Just had to make sure
because you took it.
I'd mess around and wouldn't be able to get any of the other shows.
And you're keeping me from getting any of them, which feels right. I will take with my number 4 pick. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me, if you want to page me.
That's
it's okay. Kim Possible, baby. I love Kim Possible, Unstoppable. Naked Mole Rats entered our conscience thanks to lovely little Rufus. All the villains throughout the Kim Possible universe. Give me Kim Possible.
Good stuff.
More Christy Carlson Romano on my list.
Good stuff. Are you ready for this toddler we got downstairs?
Yes.
He says that's the first pick he's actually watched.
Yes.
Oh.
Honored to cross the bridge.
If that's the first one you watched, wait till I tell you about the wonders of the jersey. Give me the jersey. Check this out. This is incredible. I don't know why we hadn't done more jerseys. I don't know why we hadn't done remakes of this show. So the jersey, there's this old tattered jersey, a group of friends just hanging out in the neighborhoods like, okay, we're going to go clean out the attic, and ends up coming across this old raggedy jersey with like one sleeve, holes all in it. It's like, okay, what is this? Gonna throw it away. No, before we throw it away, one of us needs to put it on. They put it on, and instantly they get transferred. Their consciousness gets transferred into the body of a world-class athlete. And all of a sudden, you go from inside your friend's house to boom. Why am I Venus Williams, and why am I at Wimbledon right now having to compete? Incredible stuff. The athletes get involved in this, right? So you'd have episodes with like Venus. I think Lance Armstrong might have been in an episode, right? Like you get these really cool athletes of the era in episodes where kids are learning about themselves, learning about friendships, hardships, overcoming adversity, things of that nature, while also becoming a world-class athlete for a moment. And then when it's time to like go back home, they just take off the uniform in the locker room and boom, they're instantly transmitted back home. I guess it's just, can you imagine? Like we get like 6 or 7 kids on the TV show to go around and boop, 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 boop. We're on an adventure, and all of a sudden, boom, I'm Justin Jefferson all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Boom, I'm John Moran all of a sudden. Like, oh, it's just an incredible show.
They should bring it back.
Bring it back.
They should absolutely bring it back. I think it was based on...
Bring the jersey back, you cowards.
It was based on a book. or book series, I think.
Oh, really?
Because then there were also these books that I don't think they were related, but they were called the Magic Attic series, and they were predominantly geared towards girls. But you would like go into the attic and come out in a time period, or like you'd be like a Hollywood starlet of the 1920s. That was the only one that I ever wanted to be. But I just remember that cool concept of entering some sort of magic portal where you shot out into a life that you could have never imagined living. And the jersey was a part of that. Same time frame of the jersey. I think all of my picks so far have been 2000. So I will hit you with a late 90s great that definitely had a dramatic impact on me, and I think had a dramatic impact on reality television of the future. I will take Bug Juice with my final pick. Bug Juice. Adventures of Kids at Summer Camp. What more could you ask for? And they would have their competitions and the relationships that would form and the friendships and the fights and everything in between. And I desperately wanted to drink Bug Juice. I remember they sold Bug Juice at gas stations. I think they still do, but at the time it felt like a magical elixir that wasn't everywhere. Like it was hard to find, but when you got that Bug Juice.
So you're telling the children that there's a link between Bug Juice the drink, the little bottle at the gas station, and Bug Juice the TV show.
I think so.
I don't.
But I don't know which came first.
I don't.
I think there's a link between Bug Juice and Survivor.
I think that might be true.
Okay. And then there's a link between Survivor and the Traitors, and then there's a link between Survivor and the White Lotus. So do we have the White Lotus if we don't have Bug Juice? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
That's a good pick.
Thank you.
I thank you.
Really rounds out my list.
I thank you for taking it, because it took one from me that I was going to have to go back and forth on to take. And you guys got to sit down and watch a clip of this, because it is children in their purest childlike form, right? Like you've got people with lisp, you got people trying to make new friends at this camp. It is like good stuff. What is up, Jessica?
Just some picks. We'll talk about picks we missed.
Okay.
Along the way.
So is that
the friends who left along the way?
Is that what the face was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brace face kids, just kids being awkward.
I sang the brace face theme this week.
Just for people, again, just giving context here. Charles Woodson, Jerry Rice, and Steve Young are in the first episode of The Jersey. That's the first effing episode of The Jersey. Are you kidding me? All right. Last pick. I was into animals a lot as a child. I remember watching Discovery Channel a lot as a child, so I could see the animals running around. Kratz Creatures on, I do believe, PBS. That was something that really entertained me. Crocodile Hunter obviously entertained me. Disney Channel had one of their own. It was called Going Wild with Jeff Corwin. Give me Going Wild with Jeff Corwin. Great show, so educational, showed me cool animals in their natural habitats. I loved it. Give it to me. Last pick. And if you don't like it, hater, I don't care.
People are going to be mad about Phineas and Ferb.
They're furious about Phineas and Ferb.
I did not care for Phineas and Ferb. That's a personal. And I love Ashley Tisdale, so I apologize. And because I love Ashley Tisdale, I also apologize. No Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. It just didn't have room on my list. I adored Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
They're going to be really, really mad about Casey Undercover. Because she's on the Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
They're going to be mad. What was the Selena show?
What Wizards of Waverly Place.
They're going to be furious about Wizards of Waverly Place. We're going to get somebody who's irrationally upset about the American Dragon, Jake Long.
Oh, yeah.
That's an honorable mention for
me.
The
television version of Lilo and Stitch, which was actually a great TV show.
Yes. The television version of Emperor's New Groove was another one. That was
if you want real throwbacks, you could say Goof Troop being not on here. You could say Mickey Mouse Club not being on here.
Those weren't original
Mickey Mouse
Disney.
Club was, I think. I think you would count the 90s iteration of Mickey Mouse Club.
Okay.
The original iteration of Mickey Mouse Club.
That's why I didn't even think about it.
Gets in the weeds.
It
got too convoluted.
Those shows, Goof Troop, Gargoyles, Tailspin, DuckTales, those shows existed before the Disney Channel was a thing, if I recall correctly. That's why I didn't take them. Otherwise, those would have been all of my picks.
And I want to reiterate, Disney Channel original shows. We got some anger that we didn't take Recess. Not applicable. Pepper Ann, great show.
Pepper
not
Ann.
applicable. If we could take all Disney shows, Boy Meets World would have been my clear #1 overall pick.
I think Recess would have been my clearer.
Smart Guy, not available.
Yeah.
I texted CJ this morning. I said, "Are we including?"
No.
And he said no.
No, it's
and I
Disney
I said
Channel.
R.I.P. my smart guy pick.
You guys just don't
You
understand.
don't even know.
We didn't have kids programming the way we do now.
These people don't even know what Zoog Disney is, I bet.
No.
Those little characters
were
everything to me.
They don't understand.
They don't get it. And you had to watch it live or put it on a VHS tape.
Oh, yeah, because you missed the episode. You just missed it.
And you didn't get it till like summer.
Maybe.
Or one Saturday morning or a
and you-
TGIF if they
And
did
you
like a
had to
marathon
get
type
lucky
thing.
to catch it. You didn't know you were getting it.
I remember the Aaron Carter episode of Lizzie McGuire. I missed live, and I had to go over to a friend's house and watch because she had put it on a VHS tape.
Descendants Wicked World, folks are probably going to be upset about also. But listen, man.
You guys don't understand what it was like to grow up in the 90s and 2000s. You just don't understand. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll do some Music Friday. What we are listening to going into the weekend. A very busy weekend ahead. Plus, I've got it. I've got our next Super Bowl halftime show performer, CJ. I will tell you who it is on the other side.
Is it Lizzie McGuire?
Yeah. It's Hillary
Featuring
Duff.
Hannah Montana?
Yes.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. One exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger buzzer beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
The new issue of Slam, the cover dropped, and it is our friend Jaren Jackson Jr. on the cover.
And shout out to you, Lane.
Yeah.
You kept. Well, I mean, we knew about it, but you kept this a secret the whole time. So shout out to you. For
I wrote
putting
this story.
together.
We did the photo shoot a couple weeks ago here on a Sunday afternoon in the practice court. The Sneak Fest show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
I see people who look like me and were born probably in the same decade as me, watching all of these young people jump into the transfer portal and saying, it's ridiculous. You got to stop thinking about this like it's a normal college experience. It is not. You know what the priority is? Maximize your earning potential for every year of eligibility you have left. That's what this is about now. These are jobs.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
We touched on this earlier, the panel here, about what really has been the mainstay of the Grizzlies, and that's Jaren Jackson Jr. Trip has just been awesome.
He's posting guys up. He's stronger than he's ever been. He's physical, and he's scoring all type of ways.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back. Glad we made all of you so happy with our Disney Channel original shows draft.
If the chat is this mad, can you imagine what the
people are gonna
comments?
be furious.
Hey, we got to draft cartoon characters
Who's
next.
the first person who's like, oh, I wonder why this girl took Lizzie McGuire and Hannah Montana, and I wonder why he took That's a Raven and Proud Family.
That's probably going to be the first 5.
5 comments.
First five. And then it'll be, much to my surprise and dismay and disdain for the human race.
On the internet, especially.
Exclusively on the internet. They were like, oh, she cooked him. Bro doesn't know anything. Douglas like, shut up, you child. I don't respect you as a person. Hell out of here.
All right, let's do a little Music Friday before we get into the weekend. I won't hold on to this thought too long. I'll just share it to the universe immediately. I had a thought over the course of the last week, and I was happy to see I was not alone in this sentiment, but I think we have found our next Super Bowl halftime performer. Do you know who it is, CJ?
No, who? Wait. Cheetah Girls.
I mean, that'd be excellent.
Okay.
That's my Super Bowl halftime. Cheetah Girls, Hannah Montana.
You bring out Hannah Montana?
Mm-hmm. And Lizzie McGuire doing Hey Now, Hey Now. That's what
Can you
what
imagine?
dreams are made of.
They just say, hey.
The people would be so angry, but I would
We got a surprise
thrilled.
for you. It would be incredible. And nobody would know they're coming out. Oh, that would be great.
I want T-Pain.
Teddy Pendergrass?
I want T-Pain.
T-Pain.
Did you see any of his Coachella set come across your timeline?
No.
This man did Bartender over the beat of Get Low, and I think it changed lives. I wish I could go to Coachella weekend 2, because Coachella weekend 2 is always more chill. And once upon a time, I did do an Easter at Coachella, and Easter at Coachella is a religious experience, and the people can have it this coming weekend with T-Pain himself. His set was so good. He did like all the covers. He's worked on so many songs, and like you get Cyclone and you get PYT, and then he always does Tennessee Whiskey now. And I just feel like T-Pain has come through the auto-tune wilderness and into this land of beautiful appreciation that he is one of the greatest artists that we have. T-Pain is so talented. Like, no lies were told. And I know people started to kind of jump on that after the Tiny Desk, and I think he was on The Masked Singer. I don't watch The Masked Singer, but people who saw him on it like really appreciated him for it.
What was the evening with T-Pain?
He did his live evening with T-Pain and then did an album release of that. I love that album.
Beneath the Covers or Under the Covers, something like that is what it was.
I don't know, but it was
all
one of my
covers.
most listened to albums of 2024. I just think he would kill it. And he could bring out, like, I don't think he seems to be really chill in his totality. He's not willing to take risks, but I also think he would bring out like hella gas. Like he would lean on bringing out a bunch of surprise performers. Like other people, we say, oh, they're too big to bring out surprise performers, and usually they are. But I think T-Pain would lean into it, and it could be fantastic.
I like
Sign me up.
And he's got songs that, because he is an oldie now.
Yes.
He's got songs that the people right up underneath us know, and that we know, and that the people above us know also, right? Like he's got Bartender, Buy You a Drink. What was the song with the Let Me See Your Booty Work, right? Like he's got songs, Sprung. Well, I'm not sure.
You don't think the people know I'm
I'm not sure if the people behind us know Sprung.
Fine.
I'm not. Jacob, you know Sprung?
But then he produced.
No, he doesn't know Sprung.
I mean,
right? But there
Cyclone,
are
Good Life, Shot to Get Loose.
Features where he's on it and other artists are on it. It allows for there to be
Pitbull. Like I don't even like Pitbull that much.
We love getting Pitbull on
But could you imagine
screen.
Pitbull pops up at a Super Bowl? I don't need Pitbull to headline, but I need Pitbull to come out and do Hey Baby Drop It on the Floor with T-Pain.
I hadn't seen Baby Bash since Cyclone. Is he okay?
I don't know.
All right. I as long as he's in good standing, I would love to see Baby Bash come out there. Little Sugar.
Sugar, you
What?
so fly. He is alive. He was born in 1969. He's 55. Nice. Oh my God, I'm so old.
He's not in jail or anything, right?
No, it doesn't seem.
Okay. All right. Good. So yeah.
And that's the other thing. T-Pain.
Relatively clean.
Relatively controversy-free.
Relatively clean.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I could rock with a T-Pain show.
I think we would have a great time.
Is he still calling himself Teddy Pendergrass down? Has he stopped doing that?
I think he stopped doing
Okay,
that.
good.
Are you listening to anything new, noteworthy?
No. Got nothing for you.
I love the new Valerie June album.
Okay.
Like I've listened to it nonstop.
This is your second week in a row bringing it
I know.
up.
And I haven't stopped listening to it.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get her on the show. I've decided.
All right.
I crafted an email.
Let's go.
I don't know. I always think it's cool. I know you, who was that artist or the band that you introduced us to at Music Fest a couple years ago? Funny People.
Phony people.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Close.
My apologies. Yeah. But it'll pop up and I'm like, oh, I really like this. And I remember when CJ, that's how I feel with Valerie June. She is not as well known as I would love for her to be. Like, I just want her to burst through in a way that like a Chapel Roan or a Doechii did, where you're like, wow, is this an industry plant? Because they got big fast. I just think Valerie June's music is a beautiful, like, It's just beautiful. Beautiful messaging, makes you feel good. Put it on, do some chores this weekend. It could not recommend it more.
I am not enjoying this Doechii stuff anymore. I
don't want to talk about it.
Okay. All right.
It hurts me.
All right.
The same thing happened to me with Chapel Roan.
There's something about authenticity that makes some of these artists like really pop and really, really stand out. And then once they get going, it becomes clear, oh no, people are instructing them to do the formula. And they're so much better than the formula. They got to break out of that. You know what I realized music-wise about my family? My siblings, not my parents, my siblings. I sent them a Sabrina Carpenter thread, and they're like, yeah, I don't know why they would say that about, I think they called her Miley Cyrus or something. Like, why hadn't they realized that Miley Cyrus has grown up? Why are they still critiquing her like this? It's like, wait a second. Do you people not know who Sabrina Carpenter is? My siblings don't know who Sabrina Carpenter is. They have no clue who she is.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There are still people who don't know who Chapel Roan is.
We all live in our music bubble. You say that. My brother, when I was trying to explain Sabrina Carpenter to them, he's like, oh, okay, cool. But listen, man, I just found out who the Pink Pony Club chick was. It's like, oh, okay.
I feel like the last wave of people who didn't know who Chapel Roan has been, and she was on Las Culturistas this week, and I have it planned to listen to that at some point, the Bo and Yang's podcast. Okay. And they've been having so many, it used to be mostly like him and his podcast partner, Matt. They would just chat and then occasionally have a guest. And now they've gotten so big. It's like they have a guest every week. Like they had Kate Blanchett a couple weeks ago. Who was the other big one that they just had? My brain's fried. But anyway, Chapel Roan's on it this week. The Doechii thing, the Anxiety music video comes out today. And I do think a part of my...
Wait, the music video hasn't come out yet?
No, but I do appreciate, she's so... Like, just when I feel kind of fed up with the oversaturation of an artist,
and that's
what happens. Like, honestly, that even happened with Kendrick this year. Like, I just got to a point where I really liked Kendrick's last album, but it just became everywhere always, and I just get tired. SZA, same thing. I love SZA's album, but then the SZA-Kendrick connection, at some point, I'm just like, I can't escape this music. Chapel Roan. Doechii has now and I love Doechii, but her teaser for the Anxiety music video was this awesome like slow pan of a camera outside of a window, and she's like doing the little dance on her bed, and then the camera hits the window, and it's a direct callback to probably not. There's a Mel Brooks movie called High Anxiety, and it's like a reference to that, and I'm like, oh, you come up with the coolest, and that's why you are so theater kid, movie kid, like. Weird pop culture reference energy all the time. So I will never turn on Doechii, but it has been. That Anxiety song is driving me. It's giving me anxiety at this point. Game, I can't do it. I hear that and I'm like, no, not again.
Come on, man.
Please. All right, it is a big day here in Memphis. Big night. 8:45 tip. Be there.
Be there before.
Be a loser if you're not.
I think there's a party outside.
There's a party going on right here.
Yeah.
A celebration.
The stage is set up.
Okay, don't show that looks.
What?
That's the before party.
Yeah, well, it's not. The party hadn't started yet, but I'm sure that the party will get going. It's downtown, the Duchess of Downtown, if you will. There's all types of stuff going on at all of these various bars and restaurants and things of that nature. There's going to be an energy around this place, and you just want to be here to soak that in. It's incredible. One of the things that makes me proudest of this city is postseason play at FedEx Forum. The city does that really, really well. It's going to be incredible.
I can't wait. I'm going to say it. We'll be back here on Monday, still talking about a Grizzlies season.
We are absolutely going to do that.
No matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what. All right, everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you out here for Grizzlies Mavs tonight. Warm-up show on Grind City Media starting at 7:30. Special hour edition for tonight's game because it is an exclusive. It's on ESPN, right?
What, the game?
The game tonight?
I think so.
I believe ESPN has this playing. TNT had the other one. ESPN tonight. Yes, it is on ESPN tonight. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you Monday. Bye.